Hello, my name is Dan, and I was invited by Sam Gold of Red 76 to take part in their YouTube School for Social Politics initiative, and have had kind of an interest in finding an excuse, a good excuse, to do some mining of the vast, unknowable video landscape that is out there on YouTube. So, yes, this is my essay, I guess. It's more kind of like a report back, I guess. So, I'm just going to give you a brief introduction to what I have assembled and why. When Sam asked me to do this, my thoughts went immediately, especially based on his description of the project, which had, in my opinion, some more of an intellectual kind of highbrow bent, at least in comparison to a lot of previous Red 76 stuff. So you could refer back to that text that I have in an old email to see what I'm talking about. And my mind immediately went to all the kinds of issues and questions that are dealt with in the social theory that I like to read and that has shaped a lot of my thinking. But that is not really what interests me about YouTube. What interests me about YouTube is that now we have this medium through which we can essentially research and, in a way, visit other subcultures that in my normal real life I really don't have anything to do with at all and would never really make the time to explore. But now we have this massive archive, and you can just kind of surf through it and discover all sorts of bizarre stuff and windows into parts of the society, our own society, that just weren't accessible before YouTube. So that is what I've done. I've stayed away from the theory and the intellectual stuff and gone into more of an ethnographic kind of mode, I guess you would say. So the topic, the object of study for my exploration is Hooters, the restaurant, and I guess you could say the culture of Hooters. I've never been to a Hooters restaurant. Maybe I should go. I will tell you the first time I ever heard about Hooters was when I was traveling in Florida, which is where Hooters started. This was in 1991, so it was a while ago. And I saw a billboard that said, had the orange thing, it said Hooters. And then it said clams, oysters, shrimp, crab, wings in a kind of a line, a stacked listing on this big billboard, and I kind of deduced there was no Hooters girl on it. It had the owl, and I of course immediately deduced that this was a restaurant. This was before Hooters went national, and then it was only maybe, I don't know, more than 5 years later, maybe even 10 years later, that I realized that this thing had gone national as a franchise, and that it was no longer just a Florida or a southeastern United States. And I was intrigued from day one because I love all of those foods. I love clams and wings. But I was in Florida at the time, and there were plenty of places to get good seafood, so I didn't go to Hooters. And something about it was just like weird, like why would a restaurant be called Hooters? This is in the Southeast, right? So if you've ever been to the Southeast, like Atlanta and throughout different parts of Florida, there are a lot of strip clubs, and there's and I couldn't really tell. I was like, there was a whiff of sleaze just in this billboard. So anyways, it stuck in my mind. And it was only later that I started to understand or started to realize, oh, Hooters is this restaurant with the waitresses and okay, whatever, right? So I've never gone to Hooters, but I've always kind of been curious. And YouTube is the perfect vehicle for somebody who's not going to go to Hooters, who's not going to patronize the establishment, to have some view into what Hooters is. So what I have is broken into 6 different headings, 18 videos, not including this intro. The first one, very short, just a little warm-up, and I'll ask Sam to read these little intro sentences that I have here attached to the links for each one. But I'll go through the sections anyway. So 1, just introductions. 2, the inappropriate, humiliating, stupid. These are the ways of kind of the opinions we might have of some of the things that go on at Hooters. But in video form, they are kind of fun to watch. 3rd section is real talent at Hooters. 4 is at Hooters and coming out of Hooters. 4, a little transitional section there of just transitional humor. I've got 3 videos there that take us out of the restaurant of Hooters and back into a more detached view. 5, the wings. And 6, it's a business. One thing I should say is all of these videos, and this is the truth of YouTube, is that it's kind of a genre and visual culture vocabulary production machine, in as much as you're almost never the only person posting a particular kind of video about any particular topic. So, for example, birthdays, celebrating birthdays at Hooters. There are dozens, at least, of videos that are about, or videos of birthday events at Hooters. The chicken wings, many videos out there about not only chicken wings, but specifically the wings at Hooters. So I've done, hopefully, the service, the possibly the dubious service of having viewed many of these kinds of videos and selected what I thought were maybe better done ones. But they're all representative, I guess I would say, representative of that type. And in the last section, this it's a business section. It gets a little more serious, or there's a couple of journalistic pieces there that are more about profiling the business of Hooters. And then the last one is, well, it's about the business of Hooters too, but I think it's funny. So, just enjoy. Visit Hooters along with me. Maybe you go to Hooters. Maybe Hooters is your favorite place to eat. I don't know. Maybe you celebrated your 12th birthday at Hooters. So, there you go. Enjoy.